What's going on, everyone in YouTube world? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I just recently got nominated by my good friend Uncle Red Devil for the 3x3 challenge. Basically, tell you 3 things about myself that basically you wouldn't really normally know, and to nominate 3 people after that to continue the challenge. So, without any further ado, cue the intro. Alright, first thing about myself. I'm all into anything arty-farty. I like to do my own artwork, I like to do paintings, drawings. I play a guitar, I play a piano, I've got synthesizers. I do all of my normal, all my YouTube backing songs and tunes, they're all done by me. I know some of them are crap, but you know, it's better than getting any copyright strikes. I use a program called FL Studio. I went and bought the premium edition. It was like $300, bloody expensive. But with it, I love creating music, I love creating art. That's probably why I like doing vlogging and all that so much, because I like doing anything arty-farty with playing about with like different ways of editing and introducing little comical aspects to what I do on YouTube, and then back it up with some music or something. I enjoy that. I've been doing that for a lot of years. Now, the second thing about me that you might not know, I'm an ex-infantry soldier. I was in the Queen's Regiment. The Queen's Regiment was part of what was known as the Queen's Division. It was made up of the Queen's Regiment, the Royal Fusiliers and the Anglians. And we trained, when I was a young man, I was like 18, we trained in Basingbourne Barracks. Now, the one thing about Basingbourne Barracks, it's basically an army training base in Hertfordshire, in England. And if anybody's a bit of a fan of Full Metal Jacket, that's where they filmed the training. So every time I watch that movie, and I do watch it from time to time because I just love that gunnery sergeant. But every time I watch that, it always takes me back to when I trained in the army, because it was where I was training in the army. Don't believe me, look it up in the credits after the movie. It'll say special thanks to Basingbourne Barracks. And basically where they were doing all their marches and doing their, I don't know, but I've been told. All around there is where me and all of my platoon used to go poncing around, like marching up and down, and where they did their obstacle courses, that's where we did ours. It used to be an old airfield during the war. Basically Royal Air Force handed it over to the British Army, and they took it over and used it as a training base. So we had like huge runways that we used to have to go run around and do our obstacles on. All very pomp and ceremonious. Yeah, I was in Blenheim platoon. And the funny thing about my platoon is that we were upstairs. We had the second floor. If you see those buildings up there where they did all their training in Full Metal Jacket, like we was on the upstairs part of one of those buildings, and that was Blenheim platoon. Now below us was a platoon called Normandy platoon. Now during the course of my training there was a trainee in Normandy platoon below us who basically was knocked about a bit too hard by the NCOs. I think they smacked him up so badly, ended up in hospital for a couple of months. They all got charged, and so they're probably still sitting in the guard room right now. And they had to get a whole bunch of, they had to get some new trainers in really quick for the rest of the platoon. In fact, it was like, if you look it up, there was a full-page spread in The Sun about that. Oh well, all the good times. That was the army in the 80s. Oh, afterwards I joined the 1st Battalion of that Queen's Regiment after basic training, and we was like in a barracks just south of England, not too far away from Stonehenge, believe it or not. Then there was like 6 weeks in Northern Ireland and various other things. But less said about that, the better. Right, something else that you might not know about me. Alright, well then there's always what I do for a living. And what I do for a living is I am a programmer. I know, right? You think I should be selling groceries or fruit and vegetables in a stall outside a market somewhere, but no. I program Excel macros, VB, VBA. I program SQL, .NET, all that basic stuff. My position is called a software developer for my company. Little attachment to that is, believe it or not, I was in my 30s when I started learning how to program. And the reason I started learning how to program is one time I was working for a company in Kansas called Western Wireless. I watched this 19-year-old Cuban geezer called Noel. He joined in as like a technical assistant and all that, as basically just a geezer on the phone answering phone calls. And he applied for a position in something called virtual operations, where I was applying to go. He got the job because he told him that he could automate Excel programs or automate Excel crap. And I watched that geezer go from just a normal $8 an hour grunt to, like, you know, a 35, 40 grand a year manager in the space of like about 6 months, just based on what he knew about how to code and automate Excel formulas, things like that. And I said to myself, I'm going to learn that crap, bollocks to that. So I grabbed a big old Help for Dummies Excel VBA, and I learned and I learned and I learned and I practiced and I learned, and then it just kind of grew from there. Went from Excel to VB to .NET to SQL to all sorts. Found I had a bit of a knack for it, and that's how I ended up here where I am right now. Yeah, I'm going to give you an additional as well, maybe a fourth thing that you didn't know about me. I used to work in Westminster Hospital. I used to work as basically an operating theatre technician, and also meant that I did a lot of time doing work in the morgue. A couple of funny stories about that, which I'll tell you one day. But one thing, I always wanted to be a nurse. When I got out of the army, I mean, working in the hospital environment, obviously you couldn't get off to be a doctor. I mean, that's like 12 years of your life that you've got nothing better to do with. Learning about all sorts of stuff that I just, I don't know, like the chemistry and the biology and all that. But not being a nurse was a 4-year course, and I wanted to be a nurse. I know, I'm a sap. But I think you already know that, because I told Uncle Red Devil about that, and he took the piss out of me for about an hour. I still would want to be a nurse if I could do it. I wouldn't have no regrets whatsoever. All right, on to my 3 nominations. I've got 3 people that I'd like to nominate. Actually, some pretty good friends. And the first one I'd like to nominate, though it might be a while before he can come up with his 3, because he's laid up right now with a broken shoulder. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Strongbow. I want you to get well soon, sir. And as soon as you get a camera on your helmet, I want to hear 3 things about you that no one else would know. Get well soon, sir. I've got another friend of mine, and that would be Double Dodge 007. Now, believe it or not, he's also not going to be able to do too much anytime soon, because his bike is in the shop. So, Double Dodge 007, please, I hope your bike gets well soon and that you get back on the road and make some videos. You're going to have some great content soon, I know you are. Hurry up, get that camera on your helmet, mate, and let's hear 3 things from you. Now, another guy, now I don't mention him this much, but this geezer is a diamond. Absolutely love him. And that's Trucker John. Yeah, Trucker John, I'm talking about you, sir. Now, obviously you don't ride, you do trucking. But I just missed out by that much of an opportunity to meet you when you had a layover in a nearby gas station here in Louisiana. So always with the hope that I might be able to meet you again. Let us know next time you swing by town. But there are 3 things about you that we don't know and we'd love to hear about. So as soon as you get your little GoPro out on yourself, we'd love to hear about it. In the meantime, keep trucking and stay safe, sir. And that's pretty much all I've got to say on this 3x3 challenge. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. It's just down there somewhere, and there's some more videos over there. In the meantime, everyone, take care of yourselves, ride safe, drive safe, and laters.